Have you ever experienced a time when you are practicing halfway and your strings just snap? Or maybe you are just halfway through your performances and the strings also snap. So what can you do about it? In today's video, I'm going to share with you how to restring the yangqin. Hello everyone, I'm Mr. Patrick and welcome back to my video channel. If this is your first time watching my videos, remember to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I will be sharing everything you need to know regarding yangqin performing arts as well as music tips that will definitely benefit you in your music journey. So stick around. Alright, before we get started, please make sure you have the following items with you. Number 1, the yangqin strings. You can choose to buy the whole box of yangqin strings, or you can just buy them individually depending on your own needs. For me, I will prefer to get one whole box ready anytime I need to use them. Number 2 will be the yangqin string chart. The yangqin string chart enable you to know which strings to change as well as where to change them. If you do not have this chart, do not worry about it because you can easily find them online. The only thing is that you need to know which model of the yangqin that you are using, then you get the correct chart to use. For my case, I'm using 402G yangqin, so I'm using the 402 chart because they don't have the one for 402G. If you are using an older version of the yangqin like a 401 version, please make sure that you are using the 401 string chart. And lastly is the spanner. The spanner is used for tightening and loosening of the strings. Alright, once you have all these 3 items ready, let's get started. Alright, so we know that we are going to change B4 number 9. So we are going to start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so let us take a look at this mini bridge. As you can see over here, there are only 4 strings left on the bridge. According to the chart, I'm supposed to have 5 strings of number 29. So over here you can see there are 5 strings, so there is 1 broken strings over here. So what I'm going to do next is to open up both sides of the yangqin. Alright, so you can see the nails over here. As you can see, all the strings, every individual one of them is being hooked on the nails over here. So that every time when we change the string, we are going to hook it here and connect all the way to the right side and tie them up onto the pin. Alright. Okay, so take a look over here. This is the only pin without a string. So this is the broken strings that we are going to replace. Alright, so now we're going to use the spanner. Okay, you see the hole over here. We are going to put it inside. Alright, so you should see this position. Okay, in order for you to loosen the strings, okay, you need to go turning the anti-clockwise direction. So by turning this direction, the strings will be loosened. And if you want to tighten it, just go the clockwise direction. This is how you use the spanner. Alright, now that we have identified the notes that we are going to do, I'm going to take out the string number 29. Okay, so let's take out the okay, the strings are going to be very oily, so later we are going to clean it with a kitchen towel or a tissue paper. Okay, all these oils are going to keep it from rusting, so it's important that these strings are oiled. Okay, so I'm going to take one out and keep the rest of them. Alright, that's it. So what I'm going to do next is to use a kitchen towel or a tissue paper to wipe the strings at least 2 times. 1, 2. Right, this way it will not be too oily and we can start replacing the strings right now. Alright, first of all, I need to apologize for using a handheld camera, and I will be moving around the yangqin because it is quite impossible for me to go through this video without any movement, because there are a lot of things that I need to explain and I need to move the camera around. It is impossible for me to do it at a set position. So now let us take a closer look at all these nails. Okay, right, so this is the string number 29. Alright, so as you can see, this is the head of the string, and this is where I used to hook on the nails. Okay, so if you take a closer look, every single nails over here, you are just supposed to put the you are just supposed to hook it and push it all the way down and pull all the way to the other side of the pin and tighten the strings. Okay, but right now I have this challenge, and I believe that any of the yangqin players is going to get this common challenge. Alright, so this is the string, this is the bridge number 9, and every one of them has a string except for this one. The one inside was the broken strings. So now the challenge that I face is that the string number 4 over here is actually pushing towards the pin, so it is blocking the way of the hook for going down. So you can see I can hook it in, but there's no way I can push it down because the path is being blocked by the strings. So what do I have to do? I will need to loosen the string number 4 over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to loosen the string number 4 over here so that I can push the strings aside, and there will be more space for me to push down the string number 29 over here. Okay, so this is one challenge that you will definitely face next time if this is the one that is broken. So actually for this and this, okay, these 4, if any one of them is broken, there will always be a string in front to block them. Okay, so the only easiest one to go in is the first string because there's nothing to block them. So you can just hook it in and push it down. But you see, this string is blocking this, and this is blocking this, this is blocking this, and this is the one that is blocking this. So I will need to loosen the strings over here. Alright, so now we are at the right side of the yangqin where all the pins are. Okay, so as you can see, this is the one that is broken, but now I'm going to loosen this string so that I can push the string number 29 later. So I'm going to put this in. I'm going to start turning anti-clockwise. So I'm going to start loosening it. Alright, so you can try to feel. Okay, now it's a lot loosened, you see. Alright, so now I can go back over here. Alright, so this is the string number 29. I put it aside first. Alright, so now let us look at this string over here. So now this string is already loosened, as you can see. It's very loose. Alright, so right now I'm going to try to put the string number 29 in and try to push the way in. Alright, let me see whether I can push it in. Alright, so you see, I'm able to push it all the way in. Now it won't come out already because of the string number 4 still blocking it, but it's a lot easier to go down. So right now I'm going to put it across this. Alright, so wow, it's quite difficult. Alright, so I'm going to put this over together with other strings. I'm just doing everything with one hand. Wow, this is really a very difficult video to make, but I take this as an opportunity to share with you since my student just broke this string recently. Alright, so now, okay, so this is where we are going to push it all the way. You see, this is where it's supposed to be. I'm going to push it all the way to the other side. Now I'm going to tell you, I'm going to share with you how to turn this string and tighten it. Alright, so now we are at the right side of the yangqin. So the thing is, before I put the strings inside this pin, I will need to loosen the pin first so that later I have more rounds to be able to tighten the string. So I'm going to loosen at least 6 rounds. So this is 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, so now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to insert this string, right? Insert this string into the mini hole over here, right? You see, as you can see, this is where you insert the strings into the mini hole. So I'm going to push it, I'm going to pull it, not push it, I'm going to pull it all the way. Make sure that the string is in front of all the pins, okay, and not at the back but in front of all the pins. Alright, so you can see that you are left with at least I would say 8 cm, approximately 8 cm of the strings left. Now before you turn it, you will have to bring it back to about approximately 1 cm. Alright, then you're going to start tightening it like this. Done. Then once you get into this, as you can see, my string is like pushing the first turn down, then and let it continue to go. So I'm going to the clockwise direction. 3, 4, 5. Okay, now you can feel I'm only at the 5th round. It is already tightening. So before I really go into tightening it, I'm going to set everything in position. Alright, so now this is the 6th round. Now you can feel over here that the string is already in position. So at this point, I'm going to make sure that all the strings are in the correct position. So as you can see, this is the one that I used to tighten. Okay, so the string is almost tight, but I don't want to make it too tight first because I would need to make sure that it landed on the correct position. So the first thing is to check on the ball bearing over here. It is on top of the ball bearing together with the other strings. And now the next thing to check is to make sure it is on top of the mini bridge over here together with other strings. Then now is to make sure that now see, this is something that you need to check. It is not on the ball bearing, so I need to push it up. Okay, and make sure that it is on top of the ball bearing together with the other 4 strings. And now let us take a look over here. Push it in a bit so that it is close to the other 4 strings. Okay, once you see that all these positions are already there, then we will go back to the spanner and do further tighten it like this, clockwise direction. Now it is really tightened. See, it's still a little bit loose, but it is already in position, very safe. Alright, so this is how you restring a broken string on the yangqin. This is definitely a very difficult video to make, and I hope that you really learn something from this. Alright, in case any one of you might be confused which nail should be connected to which pin, I'm going to use this as an example. Okay, over here you see the furthest nail over here, I name it as 1, then followed by 2, 3, 4 and 5. This is not the standard way of counting, it's just for your understanding, that's why I counted it this way in this video as an example. Alright, so now let us take a look over at the right side. Right, so the pin is not the same as the way we count it over there. We do not count from the most outer pin, but over here we count it from the most inner pin. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So the way to connect is at the nail, when there is 1, you connect to this 1, and after that connect to 2, connect to 3, connect to 4, connect to 5. Alright, that's it. Oh, by the way, okay, now we have already tightened it already, so what left is to tune the strings, but I'm not going to do the tuning over here. This video is about restringing, not about tuning. I hope that in the future I'll be able to do a video about how to tune the yangqin. So before I end this video, I'm going to share with you at this part. Okay, you can choose to take it away or you just leave it there. It is okay because it's not very long, so it's not going to make any difference. But if you find that this could like poke your fingers, or you think that this is quite dangerous, you can use a wire cutter and just cut it away. For me, I'm okay with it, so I'm going to leave it there. Alright, so this is how the string is being restringed. New strings, and yes, remember to always maintain your string well so that they will not get rusted, and also take good care. Alright, that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the video today. If you have any question regarding restringing of the yangqin, leave a message below so that I will know, and I will do my best to reply you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.